him my hand. But for England's sons with their long barreled guns, I pledge a rebel stand. Many men have hopes that I will die. I am first by one and all. But in Belfast town, when the sun goes down, there is no hope at all. May the children's eyes see the sun soon rise in the morning clear and cold, and the flag that flies
So welcome everybody, and just to explain what the word soon means right now. So I want to welcome you all and explain to you a little bit about what's going to happen. This is all rough and ready. I don't have the technology to do this the way Jimmy Fallon or some of those geezers would do it. So you're going to experience a few moments where it'll be less than professional, I suppose would be the word. Like when I have to take the cell phone and move it to another location. But anyway, what we're going to do today is all for the benefit of the staff at O'Shea's Old Inn, and it's a rough time for everybody. Hopefully within the next few weeks people in the gig economy will start to get some money, but right now most of them are not. At the moment, before the show started, there was about 340 I think already in the kitty. So on your site there you should see what's called a virtual tip jar. So if you want to donate, that would be wonderful. So what I'm putting together today is I'm going to play a few tunes, and it's going to be just a few. As you can imagine, I'm a nervous wreck, so trying to get my fingers to go up and down on a whistle is not the easiest. I've done a presentation because I want to today, I want us to remember and I want us to see, I suppose, how wonderful a venue the Old Inn is. So I'm going to share some moments with you that I've been able to put together. And in fact, if there's any of you out there who have good, particularly video, I'd love to get it so that I can do a better job if I ever get around to doing this again. And I'm going to be honouring some of the great members of our session who have passed away in the last number of years. Whoop, there goes the phone. So I will have call-ins. Just one moment. Hello? Yes, we are. Hold on. This was Ireland calling, so I'm going to give Ireland over to Bernie for a moment. Are you going to sing, Ollie? So sorry about that. Somebody from Ireland couldn't get us. So Bernie will help them to get on. So we'll have people calling in to sing, and I have also some people who have submitted their songs on YouTube, so I'll be playing them. So while I'm waiting for everybody to get get set up, and for people who are having, as our friends in Ireland are having difficulty finding it, I'm going to go to the other room and play a couple of tunes. So this is one of those situations where you're going to have to take the cell phone and move it, and hopefully I don't trip over anything. So here we go. And this is why it's called a fireside session. Of course, you know the real reason is because of the fireplace in O'Shea's. But we have so for those who are regularly part of the session, I'm going to play a song that we first, or a tune that we first learned to play with Mike Connolly. It's called All the Way to Galway. So All the Way to Galway, Maggie in the Woods, and the Rakes of Mallow.
Oh, hi everybody.
And there, Bernie, say hello.
Hi everybody, happy Easter.
She's multitasking here at an enormous rate.
Technical support here.
So, can you just check that this position is all right, Amber?
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, go check.
So I'm going to go back in now. I figure by this stage, a lot of people will have found us. So I'm going to start the presentation.
You don't see me at all. That's fine.
Just turn the volume down. So as you know, this is live. So there's not much I can do about the mistakes that are made. So I'm going to start this presentation and run it through the evening with breaks, then for either a few tunes or for people who come in and answer it. Yeah, answer it. This is our first singer tonight. Then John McDonald is calling in.
You're calling in?
Yep.
Okay.
So John is one of the regulars at the session. So he's got the honour of being the first one tonight.
Hold on a sec. There's John.
So it's Technology 101. And so John is going. Go ahead, John. Let's see. Whatever is wrong, this thing is not allowing me to pull up the. Here we are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John. Yep, we got it.
You hear me all right now?
Yep, we hear you.
All right. Is this is the solidarity sessions? Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So well, thank Carolyn and Monica, her sister, I believe, started this up. And get to hear like Sean and Carolyn, Dave Hickey and Terry and a bunch of others too. So good for them. They can, they're having hard times, I'm sure too. So I just wanted to thank them. And,
Thanks, John. Yep,
obviously
Caroline's been giving us a lot of help.
Yeah. And the Old Inn, I think there's not a person listening here that doesn't miss it. So we're looking forward to getting back. So I'll do a couple here, I guess, right?
Yep. Yeah, plenty of time.
All right. Walking all the day, my tall towers where falcons build their nests. On silver wings they fly, they know the call of freedom in their breath. Saw black head against the sky, where twisted rocks they run down to the sea. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunset last for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, sang a song for Ireland. Drinking all the day in old pubs where fiddlers love to play. I saw one touch the bow and played a reel that seemed so grand and gay. Stood on Dingle Beach in Cass, in wild foam we found Atlantic bass. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. Stood by your Atlantic sea, sang a song for Ireland. working all the day with true friends who try to make you stay. Telling jokes and news, singing songs to pass the night away. We watched the Galway salmon run like silver dancing, darting in the sun. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, sang a song for Ireland. Dreaming in the night, saw a land where no one had to fight. Waking in your dawn, I saw you crying in the morning light. Lying where the falcons fly, they twist and turn all in your air blue sky. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, sang a song for Ireland. I stood by your Atlantic sea, sang a song for Ireland.
Just put it here so I can see it. Lovely, John. Lovely.
Thank you.
Go ahead, John. You going to sing a second one?
I was going to play a banjo tune.
Yep. Lovely. Lovely. Yep.
I actually heard this at the Old Inn from Rose Clant, the first one.
Yep. I'm trying to get this positioned as best I can here so people can see you. Yeah. Thanks, John. Okay, we got Heather calling in.
Sounds good.
Okay, Heather, how's it going?
Hey, Sean. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. So we're started on.
Hear you. Let's
You
see.
can't hear me. Yep, I can hear you. So that's good. You don't have to hear me, but I suppose you do to know to go.
Hello.
Hello,
Can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Hear you. Let's see.
Should be able to hear me now. No. Okay, we'll wait for Heather to call back in. So I'm going to start this presentation. So we're all familiar, or those of you who may have joined us may not be familiar with the Olde, but that's our piece of heaven, and that's the fireplace that greets us on cold nights. Hi, Heather.
John, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hey, how are you? I can.
Okay. So are you ready to go?
I am.
Great.
How are you doing? How are you and Bernie doing today?
We're doing good. It's been hectic, and
Okay.
we're trying to work our way through this. It's all live, so I'm putting you in front of the other camera here now. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is Heather Swanson. She's a music teacher and regular at our session, and one of these days she will sing a song, maybe.
I am. I'm going to sing you one today.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So been listening to Mary Black over the last few years, and I really love her singing. I know I don't have to tell you who Mary Black is, right, Sean?
That's right.
Yeah. But there's a lot of songs that she writes. I didn't know she was also a songwriter, but she is. And some of them, I know there must be a story behind, such as Wonder Child. I think what happened in her life that made her write that song. Maybe some of you know and can fill me in. But I'm going to sing a song of hers called Lighthouse Light. All right.
Great.
I don't know if you know that, but if you're
I've heard
gonna
it.
play
Yes,
along,
yes.
there's a couple of places that you could play along in. So.
Oh yeah, in the 80s I used to go to a lot of little small clubs in Dublin to hear Mary Black.
Really?
And the Black Family, yep.
You're so lucky, huh?
Yep. And Francis.
Wow. Okay. All right, here we go. Lighthouse Light by Mary Black. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Keep those ships from your shore. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Shine up to the one that I adore. There's a ferry boat a-coming across the cold gray sea. There's a ferry boat a-coming, bringing my love home to me. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Keep those ships from your shore. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Shine on to the one that I adore. There is lightning in the distance, thinking of the one that I love best. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Keep those ships from your shore. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Shine on to the one that I adore. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Keep those ships from the shore. Lighthouse light, keep on shining. Shine on to the one I adore.
Lovely, Heather. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be looking forward to hearing you play that regularly now in the Old Inn on Sunday nights.
We don't know for sure about that, but
Yeah.
it was great being here to be able to play, and I want to wish everybody well and health and stay safe.
Okay, Heather. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye now. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the presentation until the next person calls in. So as I said earlier on, it's an online session and it's a benefit for all of the staff. And in case you don't know who the staff are, here is the staff: Evie, Keith, Mark, Ellie, Joyce, Nancy, Roger, Ruman, Amin, Leo, Eduardo, Laurie, Tony, Katie and Paddy. Can you answer it? Okay. Yep. Now, so the pub is called after the O'Sheas, and in Osceola or in Irish it's O-S-E, O'Shea, and it was anglicised to O'Shea's. And then during the penal laws, the O disappeared, and that's how we end up with Shea. Hi, Joe. Okay, so we got another musician calling in. Joe Fox from Connecticut. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah, Andy.
Yep.
How are you doing there?
Well, welcome and thanks for joining us. Joe's been with us a couple of times at the session. He comes up during the summer, is it, Joe?
Yeah, we've been up there, I don't know, 2 or 3 last summers, and I always go to that session. It's a great session. You know? It's a nice bar. People enjoy the music. The Guinness is good. So I saw your email, and I thought I'd call up and see what I could do.
Okay, so wonderful. Go ahead, Joe. And folks,
All right,
keep
so
those hearts coming in. I can see hearts floating all over the screen. So thank you very much.
All right, so here's a couple of tunes that I've played forever. The Heather Breeze and The Traveler, which are nice tunes from, like, I think the 60s or 70s. And let me turn down the volume on my computer here so I can hear what's going on. All right, so here we go. The Heather Breeze and The Traveler.
Lovely job, Joe. Wonderful. So, folks, that's there's some wonderful tunes and played really brilliantly. I got one phone facing another, so this was not the way it was ever intended that music would be shared, but this is the way it is, and until we get better technology, this is what it'll be like. So, do you get another tune, Joe, or?
Yeah, sure. I'll, what's it called? This is the battering ram.
That's it. That's it.
That's off of Elizabeth Crotty's recording.
Wonderful, Joe. So we look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing you in the next, well, hopefully in the next few months, or not too distant future. So thank you, Joe, for calling in and playing a few tunes for us.
All right, all the best up there.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Okay, that was Joe from Connecticut. So a moment ago I showed you the crest for the O'Sheas, and that's what the colours represent. So, and of course, when they drew up these, it was the clan who drew them up, so they wanted to show themselves in the greatest light. So you've got loyalty and truth, generosity, purity and light, and of course fire. That's a piece of the territory, and on the right hand side you'll see in red, that's the area where the O'Sheas historically come from, down the Ivira Peninsula. So as I said earlier on, the Irish was Ose, S-E, Fada, and the anglicised version O'Shea or Shay, and it's derived from the Gaelic word Shega, which means hawk-like, majestic, learned or stately, or all of those if you're generous to yourself. And as I said, the name was changed and eventually the O was got rid of, and they're found extensively today in Kerry. And that's a beautiful part of the Ivira Peninsula that was once populated by many O'Sheas. So that was their base, and it's the largest peninsula in southwestern Ireland. And the dominant Celtic group in Ireland are descendants of the sons of Milesius, who was king of Spain. And they came ashore on the Ivira Peninsula in 1699 BC, a few days ago. He had a number of sons. Two of them survived, Heber and Herriman, and after conquering, they then divided Ireland between them, basically on a line going from Galway to Dublin, which was the shortest distance east to west at the time. And they were the first Milesian monarchs. They ruled the country jointly until they had a falling out, and then all war broke loose, as they say. The O'Sheas are of the line of Herriman, and are descended from Cork, who was the son of Carbery Musk. He was the son of Conor II, who was the 111th monarch of Ireland. And as an aside, somebody might be asking someday, where did the Liffey get its name? Well, the Liffey was called after Herman's horse. His horse was called Liffey. So they were a leading clan alongside the O'Falbys, O'Sullivans and O'Connells. And in the 14th century, the O'Sheas were overthrown by the McCarthys, who held the lands around Killarney, and they took control of the territory. And by the time of the large confiscations of land by the English, the O'Sheas didn't fall foul of much of that confiscations, because at that stage their land had been taken by other Irish people. Some time ago I wrote an article for the Irish Emigrant. It was called Session Heaven, because we have so many sessions and it's a wonderful place. But today I'm going to use the name in a different context. Some of our great musicians and some of the great people that we've had around there passed in a number of years, and I want this to be a tribute to those. So first and foremost is Joe O'Shea, who passed away on the 28th of July 2017. There's Joe in typical pose. And there he is again during a session one night. And this was a photograph. It's the only photograph I saw with a pint of Guinness in his hand. So that was Joe. That was an article that was written about him in the Cape Cod Times. We had a great night to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the taking over of the O'Shea's and the renaming of it as O'Shea's Old Inn by Joe. So we had a cake for the occasion, and that was a photograph that was taken of the cake. So you will all remember a man called Kenny McGilvery, if you've ever been there. When he died, in his obituary, he was referred to as the director of ambience at O'Shea's Old Inn, where he would sing on Sunday nights with us, and he did great renditions of Er Éireann Ní Neosfan, which means for Ireland I won't tell her name. And he did a great version of Carrie Fergus and Danny Boy and numerous other ones. So Kenny, he was when he was a young man, he was part of a group called the Bleachery Boys. Then when he was 17 he joined the Navy. 22 he joined the Walton Police Force, and he went up through the ranks and he retired as a detective lieutenant, and he taught cadets at the Walton Police Academy. Then when he retired and came to the Cape, he got heavily involved in lots of things here, including the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee, the Cape Cod Veterans, the Sons of Éireann, and he even created the annual charitable event known as the Kenny McGilvery's Trick or Treat Shootout. If any of you have seen the movie Noel, which was made here on the Cape, Kenny was featured in that. Now, I was fortunate when preparing for this that somebody sent me in a little clip of Kenny singing. So I'm going to share that with you now. It's only 1 minute long, and if anybody else has a better quality or a longer one, I'd love to hear, so that I can include it in if I'm ever doing it like this again. So here, I'm going to play it for you.
Here's our heaven in our day, like a sick man that longs for the dawn. I do long for the light of her smile, and I pray for my own hidden bond, whilst I'm waiting for her, like a child. Oh, I climb all the hills of this land, and I swim all the depths the sea to get one kiss from her lily white hand. Each time in our
So that was Kenny, and I go on to Mike Connolly, affectionately referred to as Hooks. He passed away on September the 1st, 2016. And Mike played with us in the session. He was one of the founders of our session in O'Shea's, or at least the most recent Sunday night version of it, about 12 years ago. He came to the US in '62 playing the accordion, and he sang with the Celtic Airs and other bands, but he lost his hands and lower arms in a tragic industrial accident in 1966, and he learned how to play. He tried playing the accordion. I actually have a photograph of him with Cardinal Barney. What's the name of the cardinal that was up there? Cushing. Cardinal Cushing. And he had the hooks and he had the accordion, but it obviously wasn't going to work, so he transitioned into playing the harps. So in 1970, that was 4 years after his accident, he started working with John Hancock, and he worked there for 30 years as a computer operator, and he retired in 2000, and himself and his wife Trudy came to the Cape. In the 1980s, the Mike Connolly Celtic Airs recorded 2 albums. They played at many weddings, parties and dances, and Mike was inducted into the Irish Music Hall of Fame in 2002. When he passed, we had a celebration for his passing in the Olde Inn, and we put up a bit of a collage that night, and that's what it looked like. There's a photograph in the Olde Inn of his wife Trudy playing the whistle, and Mike and myself playing the flute. We used to meet and play and practice over in Mike and Trudy's house, and there we all were in happier days. That was the core group of us about 10 years ago. This is the cover for one of the albums that was recorded. You can see there on the bottom, Mike Connolly's Celtic Airs, and it's called the Connemara Rose. Mike was from Connemara. That was the poster that I did up for the concert that Mike and the Celtic Airs did at the Olde Inn on the 23rd of June. And I recorded it, and I'm going to play about 5 minutes of that concert for you in a moment. That's what they look like on stage. You can see Mike there on the extreme left. That's Trudy on the keyboards, and the rest of the band. Before I do that, I'm going to just show a little. There's a little clip. It's only a few seconds long. Of Mike in the session at O'Shea's. And again, if anybody has more, I'd love to have them, but this was all I could find. So let's see where we are. Yeah, it always does this. Let's get down to... So just bear with me. So this will be quick. So that was it, folks. Just a couple of seconds, couple of wonderful seconds. And if anybody has, has more of that, I'd love to have it. Now I'm going to change over to another channel, if you like, here, so that we can see Mike. It's audiovisual 1, and we'll press the button and away we go. At least that's the theory. That's the theory. And I also have to that should be it. We should have something coming up now. Whoops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's see if we're in control of this here.
Leave behind, and I will be ready to run from at last the girl that I left behind. Standing way by the old cottage, we will hold a group until a message comes over the line. Please only these words are true. Oh, we've been successful and fair, the place I will be always true. I stay in this land far away, I'll be building a home for you. And far away in Australia, soon we'll be returning, and I will be ready to welcome at last the girl that I left behind. One more time. And far away in Australia, soon we'll be behind, and I will be ready to welcome at last the girl that I left behind. Okay. I'm a gambler, I'm a long ways from home. If you don't like me, then leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm crying. If the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. Out there in the moonshine, I'm for many years. I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. I'll set up my shoes, I'll make you a gallon for attention. Hey, I'm a rambler, I'm a long way from home. I can eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. The more of some hollow in this country, 10 gallons of booze and a fella. Women's a follow, the world is all mine. I love you so well, and I don't know shine. You're in a gambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. If you don't let me, then leave me alone. I eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. Let's do it the right way. Oh. Kill the old fowl, but I am right. God bless the moonshine, God bless the moonshine. Their presto is sweet as a dew on the vine. Hey, I'm a gambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. If you don't like me, then leave me alone. I eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. One more! I'm a gambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. If you don't like me, then leave me alone. I eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. my love is all alone. My body I will find. My heart is breaking forever. There's a road that yonder garden grows. There is a lily of the valley. Here is the water that flows from the point. My love is again. There is a road that yonder garden grows. There is a lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the point. And my love is fairer than any. Yes, my love is fairer than any. Thank you. And the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors go skipping up on the bank of the Niagara.
So, folks, that was a lovely piece there with Mike and Trudy and the band. Hopefully you saw there on the right hand side Joe O'Shea dancing along to the band. So the last one in our Session Heaven section is Seamus Healy, who passed away on September the 4th, 2018. Great artist, and he played the flute and the bodhrán. He was from West Roxbury. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit closer. I had to bring it back further, and of course, as you know, that managed to dislodge the phone. So this time, hopefully, I have my finger on the phone. So hold on. So hopefully that's it. We won't know with the lag in time. I'm watching it here on another screen, but it's about a minute behind, so it's not fine-tuned. So he's from West Roxbury. Seamus got his BSc from Boston College in 1958. He was the co-founder of the Boston College ski team, and he worked at Pilgrim Plastics as the art director and as their advertising manager. And in '64, he purchased a family business designing and publishing spiritual gift cards, and he retired in 2000. He was known as a prolific artist using oils and watercolours, and his love for Ireland and his Irish heritage was shown in 1990 when he published a limited edition of 12 watercolours and original poetry that was entitled Ireland, Oh Ireland. He also loved Irish music, and he was a founder of the Session at the Claddagh Inn and the Tavern, and he played regularly at the Session at O'Shea's, playing the low D whistle and the bodhrán. And he used to sing that great old song, The Truck Driving Man. So these are just a selection of photographs from the Sunday night session. We have a group of people, but over the years we've had people come and go. Some of them leaving, and but I'm throwing in a few different photographs here. Some of you may recognize friends you haven't seen for a while, or even be surprised to find yourself in there. And occasionally we get some unexpected situations, and here's Edmund, who will be singing and playing in a while, playing a very strange instrument. I can't remember what he called it, but it had a horn on it, and it was like a fiddle. So it was a crossover Last year we had a night out for the regular musicians, and that was some of us there at the Old Inn. We support the Old Inn, and we went there as well to support the Rare Old Times. That's a photograph going back quite a while. Marie, who left us to go up north, and then of course Mike, who left to go somewhere else, and then on the right hand side Paul Beasley, who also passed away. And one of the colourful characters that we've had over the years is Pat O'Brien. In this time he was doing his Santa. Must be outside. Oh, here we are. Okay, I'm going to answer this one. Hi, Deborah. How are you? We got Deborah Murphy going to do a few tunes for us on the flute. I can't hear you, Deborah. Yeah, can't hear you. Can't hear nothing. Yeah, see where your mic is. Yeah, just waiting on Deborah Murphy, who plays in our. Oh. Yeah, hello, Deborah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now there's feedback there, so I'm not going to say nothing.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, just about. Let me hear you play the flute. Play. No, that's yeah. No, it's like a rattlesnake. It's like a rattlesnake hissing. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right,
Deborah's
so
going
Sean
ahead.
asked
I
me to
just
play
give her.
some tunes that people could play with.
Great.
And I'm going to do Sligo Maid and Come West Along the Road, and I hope you play with me.
Lovely job, Deborah. Beautiful tunes. Beautiful tunes. Have you ventured into the singing world yet? Okay, I will continue. So that's Pat O'Brien, who plays the accordion. He plays music all over the Cape. Some people used to refer to him as Ambassador O'Brien. His main job was talking to people, making them feel welcome, and having a good time. One of the great things that's happened over the last 10 years or so has been the emergence of some great young musicians and dancers, and the most famous of them is this group here, who started off as the Celtic Kids, and by the time they got to middle and high school, they had to change their name to the Celtic Roots. All of them have won competitions here on the East Coast, won or been close to winning them, and have qualified then to participate in the Fleadh Cheoil. And they've all done very, very well in the Fleadh Cheoils in Ireland. Now they're playing together as a group, and hopefully they will stay together. This is another more recent photograph of them after they played a concert. I think it was last summer. So you can see they're beginning to stand out and get stylistic. Great musicians, wonderful singers, and they play in O'Shea's on Tuesday nights, some Tuesday nights. So the Rare Old Times. It's a band from Falmouth. They play some lovely Irish ballads and some traditional or Celtic music. And I've got a couple of minutes of them playing at the Old Inn. That's them on stage there. So I'm going to run these couple here. I think you'll enjoy this music. They will be playing. They play once or twice a month. So when the inn opens up again, expect to see them. So that's one piece from them, and we'll go back and pick up the second piece. Let's see, where are we? So that was some wonderful music from the Rare Old Times. Now we have Sean and Dave, regulars at the all over the Cape. They play quite a lot at the Old Inn, and there was just a picture that that I took of them last year out on Nantucket. And there's Sean and Nikki. They play regularly together. So, Bernie, where are you? Yeah, so I have one here. Bernie has lots of sisters and brothers, and one of them is Dinny. And Dinny, along with the brothers and sisters, have all visited the Cape over the years when they've been out here. So I've got a video I'm going to show you. But Bernie is going to introduce her brother. Yeah.
Hi everybody, wish you all a very happy Easter. Hope you're all well. And like Sean said, the next singer is my oldest brother, Dennis Malone. My brother, he passed away 5 years ago, but he used to sing this song at all the family gatherings, and he has sung it a few times at O'Shea's, and he loved the pub. He thought it was a great place, and he loved visiting here on the Cape. So I hope you'll enjoy it. His anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks, and we've been thinking about him. So enjoy this song. It's called The Chart Ladies Ball. Like I said, my brother, he belonged to the local dramatic society, and he performed this song at one of his performances.
And he performed it at the Old Inn years ago. So just to remind you, this is done to benefit the staff. So hopefully you're able to see the tip jar. I can't see it here myself, but there's a link there on anything that was advertising this. So I know everyone is having a rough time, but some are having it rougher than others, and we're doing this to help the people that we want to see again very soon. So this is Denny Malone.
Actually, I was doing a pantomime years and years ago, and the director I was playing the dame in Robinson Crusoe, and the directors had me as a teacher, with children around, and they were going off to their Deb's ball, and that was the theme of it. And he said, "Jesus, a great song. I heard about the Chart Ladies Ball." So I want to get you the words and the music, and that's how I got it from a pantomime. And I've done it, and I've been doing it ever since. I've been paying me backside. That's it.
It's in Dublin, which is the capital of Ireland.
And you know what Chart Ladies are, you don't know what the ladies who go in and do the cleaning, you know. So anyway, I had these group of girls around me, and they were telling me the great night they had at their dad's ball and all that. So I said, well, I had a great night as well, because I was invited to the Chart Ladies Ball. You can talk of your outings, your picnics and parties, your dinners and dances and hoolies and all. I will wait till I tell yous the gas that we had the night that we went to the Chart Ladies Ball. I was there with me man, I was dressed as Queen Anne, and he came as a monkey locked up in a cage. There were pirates and water tops and whatnots, and stars that you see on the talkie and stage. At the Chart Ladies Ball, people said one and all, you're the belle of the ball, Mrs. Mulligan. We had 1 step and 2 steps, and the devil knows what new step. We swore we would never be done again, because there was wine, Guinness and Jameson. There was cocktails and cocoa and all. We drank champagne all night till we'd real pain next morning. The night that we danced at the Chart Ladies Ball. There were cowboys and Indians that came from Drumcondra. There were fancy street fairies, all diamonds and stars. There was one up the Roonies as the clock over Moonies, and a telegram boy with a message from Mars. Mary Moore round the love was the Queen of the Scots, with a crown out of Woolworths perched up on her dome. And young Billy Whitehouse came dressed as a lighthouse, and the Camden Street Gargos who should have stayed home. And the Chart Ladies Ball, people said one and all, you're the belle of the ball, Mrs. Mulligan. We had 1 step and 2 steps, and the devil knows what new step. We swore we would never be done again, because there was wine, Guinness and Jameson. There was cocktails and cocoa and all. We had strumbos and tangos, half sets and flandangos. The night that we danced at the Chart Ladies Ball. Mary Ellen O'Rourke was was the queen of the down. By 1:30 she looked like a real dirty knight. If Amber the bester came dressed as a jester, they burst his balloon, he dropped dead with the fright. Jimmy Burns came as Overton stops that sinking feeling, astride of a bottle, pyjamas and all. But he bumped into Best, who was gloriously cessed, and the two of them got drunk at the end of the hall. At the Char Lady Ball, people said one and all, you're the belle of the ball, Mrs. Mulligan. We had 1 steps and 2 steps, and the devil knows what you said. We swore we would never be done again because there was wine, Guinness and Jameson. There was cocktails and cocoa and all. But them scrumbos and tangos, the Hampsteads and the la-la-la-la-tangos. We all had a great night at the Charlie Ball.
Yes, one of the greats, Dinny Malone. There's a couple of people, just give a shout out to you. You can call me in, James Kelly, and Sean and Caroline. You can call me any time. We're trying to finish this around 4:30. One of our regulars, Edmund, he recorded this on YouTube and he sent it in, so I don't have to hold the phone up. My Guinness hand is going to be very sore for a week after holding on to those phones. So here we go with Edmund.
Happy Easter to all my music playing friends. And I'll start off with a couple of hornpipes and then give you an Easter song.
Thank you.
Great stuff, Edmund.
Now for the song. I love to play this at Easter because it seems to me to have a bit of resurrection in it, even if the resurrection is of a boat, not a soul. But boats have souls, don't they? Matter of fact, this song by Stan Rogers, the late great Stan Rogers, is credited with saving a life. There was a man who was swept overboard on a commercial vessel somewhere off the coast of New Jersey, and as he was clinging to just a little bit of flotsam over the course of a long, long night, this song's chorus came to him, and it really, he credits it with keeping him alive through the night. So, how many other songs can say that? We went down last October, and she went down. She went down last October in a pouring, driving rain. The skipper he'd been drinking, and the mate he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock, and she was dealt her mortal blow. And the Mary Ellen Carter settled home. There was just this fine aboard her when she finally was awash. We worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. But the groan she gave as she went down, it caused us to exclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter would rise again. Now the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service warrants and let that her sorry end. But insurance paid the life for us, so let her rest alone. They smiled at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, sometimes around the clock. She's worth $250,000 now floating at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. And her name not be lost to knowledge. Those who love the best, and we're with her till the end will make Mary Ellen Carter rise again.
Yeah, you can do 2 songs. Yeah, 5 minutes or so, yeah.
All spring down in winter on a barge sent by a friend. 3 dives a day and hard hat suits and flashlights out the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go. But we patched a wrench, stopped the vents, dog hatch and porthole down, put cables to her fore and aft and turned her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the street. Watch the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. As her name we lost to the knowledge. Those who loved her best and were with her to the end will make Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Oh, we couldn't leave her there. You see the crumble into scale. She saved our lives too many times, too many a orderly gale. And the laughing drunken rats that left her to a watery grave. And you who read verse 2 has dealt the final blow, with smiling bastards lying to you everywhere they go. Turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart may be broken, your life about to end. No matter what you lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. That her name not be lost.
you, Edmund. That was wonderful. And so folks, we're coming towards the end, and we've got a couple of people ready to play some music for you now.
I have always wanted my website to be more, so I'm beyond excited and grateful to be doing.
Let's see. Here we go. I'm just going to give you a little treat here, literally, from the current slide, just to remind you what the food looked like at the Old Inn. So I have Sean Brennan and Caroline, and they're going to finish out the evening with some tunes, a couple of songs. So let me know when you're ready, guys.
Okay, here we go.
It's looking good. I like the bar.
The bar is open at our house.
See if I got this. Where's the...
Okay. Thanks for having us, Sean.
Yep, well...
Can you hear us?
Yes, oh yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
Okay, great.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. And thank you to Sean for running this session. And it's a great cause. As you guys all know, the proceeds from the virtual tip jar are going to go to support the staff at O'Shea's. So we're just going to sing a couple songs real quick for you. The first one is a song that we don't get to do very often, so it seemed like the perfect opportunity. And it's called Katie. And it was recorded by Mary Black.
Can you see it?
And written by
Jimmy McCarthy.
Jimmy McCarthy. So we're going to start with that one right now. It's called Katie. Tumbling curls of green, steam and streaming light, and a yellow colored lampshade used to keep us up all night, and the smile upon her face, tears upon your cheek, the night show on the window, your heart calling out to me, come running home again, Katie, come running home again, cross my heart and hope to die, should I cause another tear from your eye, Katie? Mirror that won't talk, and your nightgown on the door, and the old panel singer just won't say no more. You can roll the reels for hours from the movie of this book. It's a question mark on this heart of mine, sends an elder back to her. Come running home again, Katie, come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die, shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie? Now I'm looking through a tunnel, back into the room. Genius ever drew it when the sunlight floods the tomb. And I'm never going back there, and I couldn't anyway, 'cause the one made the great escape never got away. Come running home again, Katie, come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die, shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie?
Wonderful, beautiful. It brings back great memories. Yeah, yeah. And Mary Black.
It's called Katie,
Yeah.
recorded by Mary Black. So we are just going to finish off with a wonderful Saw Doctor song about the County Mayo, where my dad was born. He was born in Bell, and it's called The Green and Red of Mayo.
And just quickly want to say thanks, Sean, for doing this, and thank you to everyone who, all the great people who work at O'Shea's, and make it run like you're visiting your family in their home. And this goes out to you guys, and of course to everyone from County Mayo.
Yes. So this is called The Green and Red of Mayo. Green and red of Mayo, I can't see it straight. Salt and craggy boglands, stole the Chesapeake. Ocean kisses island, the waves caress the shore. Feeling it keep over me, to stay forevermore, forevermore.
From its rolling coastal waters, I can see Patrick's Peak, where one Sunday every summer, pilgrims climb the lake, where St. Patrick in his stomach